The season is upon us.
For sure.
3 days. It's gonna be who plays Thursday?
It is the Eagles, then the Cowboys.
Yeah, those teams. We're gonna talk about that in a
Important
little
teams.
bit. We're gonna recap the over/under guesses, and we're gonna give out maybe some predictions on what we like over or under.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned when Micah Parsons got traded to the Packers, how much? Or you asked me how much I thought the win total would
Yeah.
move.
Yep.
I can't remember what I said, but it did move a full game. So
Yeah.
$180 million to win one more game this year.
Wow. I mean,
Seems worth it.
I guess. I guess.
What if he just pouts on the sideline and has the most average year?
Well, I mean, for one, I think he's probably super happy with what happened, honestly. I mean, he's getting his money, which go get that money, and he's not going to be around forever. And he's playing for a contender, which he would not have been had he gotten his money in Dallas. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see that happening.
Go Michael, as Jerry Jones would say.
Yeah.
He keeps calling him Michael. So do you think it's because he's old and he just kind of really can't remember, or he's just jabbing him?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other with Jerry Jones.
And it could be both.
Yeah, could be.
Like one time it might be he just really
Doesn't.
forgot, and then the next time, like if it happened close enough in proximity to the last one, maybe he did remember.
Well, he's what, in his 90s, right? So I have to believe he lived the vast majority of his life without understanding that Micah was an actual name. So
yeah, because it probably wasn't.
I mean, at least not in his understanding.
Right. Okay, here we go. So I did a little review, so I got my stuff all queued up.
Yeah.
But, so here's what we're gonna do. So last year we did kind of like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. So I'm gonna give mine out, and then if you want to give some out, you can. We'll track it and we'll check on it at the end of the year. If you remember, I can't remember exactly, but basically all the over-unders we gave out, we were essentially 50%. Like we didn't really do great. We didn't do terrible. But we'll see. We'll track it year to year and see how we do. So the Commanders. So I thought it seemed a little low, and I was kind of questioning, like, is it warranted? But I don't know. Like if Daniel stays healthy, and I don't see him having a sophomore slump, I think they're going to play well. So 9.5 seems low. I'm going to go 1 star on the over. So I'll kind of go through mine, and then I'll let you kind of think about what you like and let us know. So the Giants, I was kind of waffling on that, but 5.5 is so low. I don't know. I feel like Wilson's got a little left in the tank. I think they have enough firepower to win 6 games. I mean, that's just pretty low. So I'm going to go 2 stars over on the Giants at 5.5. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to go over on the Vikings just for 1 star. The 8.5. It seems a little higher than I thought. And then, I don't know, maybe I'm buying into that McCarthy can at least, be decent and not make the big mistakes. And then I just keep looking at the Vikings roster, and I don't know, like top to bottom. I mean, they started trading like defensive linemen because they just didn't have space. Like they had so much depth, and it just seems like unless they really get bit by injuries, they just seem like they should be consistent, well coached, good roster top to bottom. Obviously, if McCarthy doesn't play very well, that's not going to happen. But I'm going over Vikings 8.5, 1 star. The Cardinals, 3 stars on the over at 8.5. I kind of liked them before I saw anything. The line was a little higher than I thought. I think that means there's some confidence out there. So I'm going to go over. Again, I don't think that's going to be a popular one among most people just because you have the 49ers and the Rams in that division. So, like, where are they going to get their wins? But it just seems a little high, and I think it's probably warranted. Now, if the Cardinals are 2-15, then I guess I'm an idiot. But all right, Rams 9.5. That's just too low. Like, I guess if Stafford gets hurt, yeah, they're probably not going to win 10 games. But if he can stay reasonably healthy, I just think they're good enough to win 10 games. The Saints, so I'm going 3 stars Rams over 9.5. The Saints, It's 5. I just think they're going to be. I think they have a good chance of being the worst team in the league. They might only win 3 games, so I'm going to go 1 star under 5 games for the Saints. Panthers. I like how they ended the season last year. I think Bryce Young's going to keep playing better, and their coach is just going to keep, doing better. 6.5. I think they can get to 7. So I'm going 3 stars over. The Falcons. I do not really like what they got going on. I just don't see Penix really ascending. So 8 seems high to me. I'm going 3 stars on the under. The Jaguars are not going to be good. I really think they're going to go under 7.5. So I'm going to go 3 stars on the under there. Moving over to the AFC West, I'm going under on the Broncos 9.5. That just seems like too much. It's a tough division. So 1 star under 9.5. The Chiefs, I'm going to go. I think they got a kind of a chip on their shoulder just because, if they don't win the Super Bowl, they feel like, it was a lost season. So 11.5. I think they can get to 12. 3 stars on the over. Chargers, Harbaugh's back. Herbert's back. They got Keenan Allen, a little more stability and chemistry between him and Herbert. So I think they can get to 10 wins. So over 9.5, 2 stars. And then the Patriots, over 8.5, 2 stars. I think Vrabel and May, I think they can win 9 games. So there you have it. It's kind of a lot, but I like it. So what do you got?
Well, I tell you what, give me the under on the Cowboys for 1 star. The Cowboys are sitting at 7.5. I feel like they're just going to be not very good this year. I don't know what's going to happen offensively, and I think defensively they're not going to be great. So give me the Cowboys on the under. I will take the 1-star Lions for I'll go over on the Lions. They're sitting at 10.5, and I think they can get to 11.
1 star?
Yes, sir. That's the Dana column.
Oh, we don't want to mix that
up. I'm gonna take 3 stars on the under for the 49ers. I just feel like this is gonna be, I don't know. They had a down year last year. I feel like that trend's going to continue. Give me 2 stars for the over on the Bucks. I think the Bucks there's a lot of boys are buzzing about the Bucks, and I like Baker Mayfield, so we're gonna do that. The Ravens are sitting 11.5. They could still get to 11 wins and be under. I'm going to go 1 star on the under for the Ravens. Give me 3-star under on those Dolphins. Think they're going to be not very good. They're sitting at 8.5. I feel like 7, even 8 wins makes sense to me. And I'm going to take, I'm going to take 3 stars under on the Jets as well. They're sitting at 5.5, and I think 5 feels like the right answer there.
All right.
Not a lot of love, not a lot of over. Yeah. A lot of under.
Well, I mean,
a lot of pessimism.
Most people tend to like overs and have too much optimism. So, in that respect, I think.
Let me bring some negativity to the room. Totally fine.
So I'm gonna let you do a stand-up routine for like 30 seconds. I got to do something real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'll be right back.
I really think the Cowboys made several mistakes. That's not going out on a limb too much. So I would love to see them win. I'd love to see them beat the Eagles on Thursday. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think the Eagles are going to be good. Probably could have taken 3 on the over for the Eagles. I really like their chances to at least get back to the Super Bowl. I think we've really undersold it, what the Eagles have done. They've been to the Super Bowl twice, and then when they got back that second time, recent under this visage, right, under this regime, and they're 1-1. So I like the Eagles beat the Cowboys.
All right,
on Thursday.
Well, let's get to it. I think
do it.
the Eagles are going to be favored by 7.5 points.
So I will say all of my stuff is pre Micah Parsons trade, so I didn't adjust my lines. I went 6.5, and I know when I checked it, it was 7, but that jumped quite a bit. I know.
So it opened at 6.5.
Yeah.
It is up to 8.5, 9.5 on the spot. So I guess we'll say 8.5 is the most consistent line. So you said 6.5.
I said 6.5.
And it is minus 8, you say. So I get that one. All right. So you don't always know what to expect the first game of the year, but no one's going to tell you they think the Cowboys are going to like go in and win this game. It is a true home game for the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Thursday. Is it the Friday game that they did in like Mexico last year or something?
Yeah, there's one in Brazil, I think, this year.
Or Brazil. Yeah, it was Brazil last year. Eagles Packers on Friday.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs Chargers might be a neutral site game. But
yes,
anyway.
it is. It is. Yeah.
I put the Eaglers. The Eaglers aren't going to beat the Cowboys, but the Eagles might.
I don't actually. I think the Eaglers might beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like division games, I've said this 100 times, but sometimes the spread is maybe a little lower because you know the team better. You can kind of game plan for them easier. You just you know what they do, sort of a thing. But I don't know. The Eagles are just, I think, that much better. So it's more than a touchdown, less than 10. I said 7.5. You said 6.5. It's 8.5. I mean, it opened at 6.5, but people pumped it up.
Yeah. Well, that was the Parsons trade. I think has to be swinging this, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Yeah, that makes them less dynamic and
sure on defense. Good. So
yeah.
That's worth 2 points, right? So, I mean, I think when they meet again in the middle of the season, all things being equal, I feel like this line's probably even bigger, right? Like, if this wasn't the first game of the season, this line probably would have been 10, 11 points.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. 8.5's a lot. It's fair enough. So basically, can they win by 2 possessions or can they not win by 2 possessions? And I don't know. It's one of those where you want to jump on the Eagles because it seems low, and then you remember the NFL, so many games come down to the wire unnecessarily, like no one really predicts it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And that maybe it's worth pointing out too that the Eagles started pretty slow last year. You know, they were 2-3, I think, after the first 5 games, and Sirianni was fired. So, and then they won the Super Bowl. So maybe there could be a little of that there as well. The first game of the season, lots of stuff, different stuff can happen. You know,
right.
The Saints were 2-0 last year, coming out of the gate, scored like 100 points.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they were terrible, and they won like 3 more games. So take everything with a grain of salt coming out of the first week of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And not that any team needs more motivation going into week 1. Obviously, everyone's ready to go, but the Eagles won the Super Bowl, so is there a little extra focus and motivation for the Cowboys to if we upset these guys, this is huge. Obviously our biggest rival just won the Super Bowl. Are we, could we be legitimate? Like, let's go win this one, sort of a thing. I don't know.
I don't think they know. I think the Cowboys are a team in flux. So it just feels really hard. It feels Schottenheimer's going to have to be a hell of a coach to come out and get them mentally ready to win this game.
Right. And I mean, no one, it's kind of like no one's, so Schottenheimer wasn't the best hire of any team. Like, it was kind of a weird one, right? It was like, okay.
Felt like a lazy hire.
Yeah. And then you trade your best player. So I will say they might be overlooked a little bit if there's something there, but.
Because he was on staff, wasn't he? Like, he was part of that staff, wasn't he? The OC?
Think so, yeah.
So they just fired the head coach and promoted the OC. So I know Jones has liked continuity in his later years, right? So back in the 90s, he was fiery, won two Super Bowls with one coach, fired him, and won a Super Bowl with another. But that's not been the case with Jerry Jones over the last, say, 15 years or so.
Yeah, Schottenheimer, he was the OC. That's kind of funny. Like McCarthy's an offensive-minded guy, and they're like, you gotta go, but we're gonna bring the guy underneath you to like replace you. Sometimes you go in a different direction, but they're like, nah.
And McCarthy wasn't that great of a hire either. Like when he was picked, people were sort of like, McCarthy? Like I know he had a Super Bowl ring, but he just felt like kind of, I don't know, not a good choice. And look, they had great records while he was around, but they could do nothing in the postseason. So,
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Go Eagles.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is 82 years old.
Not 90. He's 82. Oh, come on. That's not too bad.
He is a young pup.
He really is, honestly. That's not that. I mean, he looks 90. But
sometimes
he, I
don't know. It seems like depending on the day, he seems like he's 100 or he seems like he's 70.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
Get well, Jerry.
Okay, we got the Chiefs and the Chargers. Oof. In what country did you say?
I thought it was, well, you said that it was Brazil last year. Maybe I also said Brazil.
Well, maybe it's just the Brazil series every year.
Maybe. Or is it Mexico City? I don't know. We're so well prepared.
Where do Chiefs and Chargers play?
Yeah, they're in Sao Paulo.
It is Brazil again. That's 2 years in a row.
Sao Paulo. Well, they're trying to grow the game. You know,
yeah,
trying to grow the game.
So I said Chiefs by 2.5.
I went Chiefs giving up 4.5.
So Chargers favored?
Chiefs minus
Chiefs,
4.5.
Chiefs minus 4.5.
No, I do not think the Chargers. That was going to be something else. I think the Chargers probably going to go a little under this year, but.
All right, it is
3.
Oh, start open at 2.5. Yeah, it's 3. So I get it barely. All right, so I mean, obviously the Chiefs are good. Chargers were a playoff team, should be good. Division game. Again, like I say the same things every year, but just to remind people. The Chargers typically, like the Chargers have played the Chiefs tougher than I think any other. Like if you look at the last 5 games that any team's played against the Chiefs, I think the Chargers have one of the better records. They're like 2-3 or 3-2 or something like that. And most teams obviously don't beat the Chiefs consistently at all. So it just seems like, they play the Chiefs well. They're not intimidated, sort of a thing. So 3 seems fair. Obviously, the Chiefs should still be favored. Kind of a goofy game in Brazil on a Friday. I don't know, what to expect, but both teams well coached and disciplined and can maybe stay out of trouble going to another country and not have half the team get arrested the night before or anything like that.
I mean, I would say or kidnapped. I think this line would have been higher if there was a true home game for the Chiefs.
Yeah, definitely.
If this even, this to me line would have been closer to what the Eagles were doing against Cowboys. Maybe not 8.5, but something sort of like 6, maybe. That's probably why it said 4.5. But I like the Chiefs here. I like Chiefs win outright. But to be honest, I really liked Jim Harbaugh. Stuff coming out of Michigan really sort of put a damper on that. I'm not quite sure what he has left to say from a football perspective anymore. So I guess we'll see on the field.
I like the Chiefs. To win, I don't know if it's going to be 3 or more, but, you give Andy Reid lots of months to prepare for one game. I just think he's going to have the upper hand. And then Chiefs losing the Super Bowl, they want to get started on the right foot, sort of a thing. So I think they win this game. Again, I don't know if it's by 3, but I think they have a better chance to kind of come out in midseason form than the Chargers do. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Bucks at the Falcons. So some of these, a few divisions are all in the division, and then a couple of these are non-division. So that's you always what is it, the last week of the year? It's always division versus division.
That's what they've been doing recently, where the last game of the season has some sort of tangible impact on the season results.
All right. Bucks Falcons. So Bucks at the Falcons. I said Bucks 2.5.
So I got the Bucks giving 5. Yeah, I like the Bucks here. It's 2.5.
It
Across the
opened at
board.
1.5 and it went to 2.5. So
The Falcons gave the Bucks some trouble last year. I think they lost. The Bucks lost twice to the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, so the first one was that Kirk
Weird,
Cousins
yes.
drive with like
They
less
came
than a
back.
minute left.
Yeah,
Might even have gone to overtime. But yeah, the Bucks should not have lost that
they
game.
were up by what, 2 scores? I feel like
And then was the second one also Cousins or was Penix in at that point? I don't
it was
even know.
later in the season. I don't remember, but I believe they dropped it. Which is kind of stupid, I guess, to have this line so high, or me guessing the line so high. But I guess I just like Baker Mayfield, and I don't like the Falcons. So
Yeah,
there it is.
I don't know. I'm not buying into Penix until I see like what looks like an NFL quarterback consistently. I'm just not going to buy
Give me a
into
season's
that.
worth of, data.
And the Bucks got rid of Liam Cohen, who was overrated. No, I need to just. I just
Sorry.
need to lay off him. But I like the Bucks -2.5. I think they can win by a field goal. They're the better team. They can bring some stuff at Penix, who isn't again just as hasn't. He's only had a cup of tea in the league so far. So I like the Bucks -2.5.
Yeah, I mean, just I like the Bucks to win out right here, and I think by more than 2.5. I mean, can the Bucks beat the Falcons by a field goal on opening day? Yes, I think yes.
I do too. I'm gonna go 2 stars on the Bucks.
Yeah. Oh, you go ahead and put. I would take 2 stars on the Eagles for sure. I mean, that's not saying a lot, but
8.5. All right.
yeah. Let me give me that.
Give me that.
Give me that.
Okay. Let's move on. We got the Steelers and the Jets. That's an interesting first week game.
That had to be planned, right? Let's put these 2 quarterbacks who's swapping teams.
There's certain things that you can't control with schedules, but I mean, there's certain things that are like, oh yeah, we can do this. Like throw a matchup for week 1 where the quarterback. The journeyman quarterback played for one team and now plays for the other team. Definitely. It's all about ratings.
All about ratings. I just don't think either of these teams is going to be very good this year.
I agree.
Got to get the quarterback right.
So, I don't know. The Steelers should be better than the Jets. So I just went Steelers by 3 on the road. I think that's fair. So what do you got?
I went Steelers giving 2.5. So I agree. On the road, I don't know what Aaron Glenn's going to be as a head coach, right? So, but I know Mike Tomlin is a great head coach, one of the top 3-4 best coaches in the league right now. So, give the edge to the Steelers.
Opened at 2.5, and it is most consistently 2.5. So you nailed that one.
Finally, I get 1.
Woo! All right, very fair. You see that a lot where. Like the Steelers are probably the better team, but it is a home game for the Jets. So you get people maybe getting greedy, like, oh, the Steelers can win by 3. And then it comes down to like, oh, the Jets are up by 1. Steelers need a field goal to win by 2. And then they just can't quite get the 3 sort of a thing. That happens a lot. So I think it's obviously very fair. Josh nailed it. I was close.
This makes total sense. What are you going to do? We don't know what we're going to get out of these teams except maybe a lot of bad. These quarterbacks, I mean, neither of these quarterbacks make sense as starters right now. I mean, how many chances does Fields get? Right. And I would love for him to be great, but
he
hasn't been.
I could be wrong, but I think Fields beat the Jets with the Steelers early in the year last year before Wilson was healthy. And I mean,
he won some games for them.
I don't know. I was going to say I thought it was a road game at the Jets, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it was at home, but we got the flip-flop quarterback extravaganza, 2 maybe, I don't know, I shouldn't say 2 definitely bad teams. Like the Steelers have good defense, and if Rodgers is competent, then they could be good. But, I don't know. Fair. It's fair.
Yep. Feels right to me.
Okay. Dolphins at the Colts.
Dolphins.
I went Dolphins 2.5 on the road.
Oh man, I got Colts favored. I got a Colts -3.
You know who their quarterback is, right?
I do. I do.
It opened at Dolphins 1, and it jumped. Ooh,
Colts 1.5.
Colts 1.5. All right. You got, yeah, let me think. 1.5. Yeah, you got it by a decent amount. Colt, that is nuts to me.
Look, here's the thing. I will say this, and maybe I should go back and put some stars on the Colts. I kind of think that Shane Steichen might be a decent head coach. And with some stability at quarterback, they're going to be 8, 9-ish wins. And the only reason I'm saying this is because he was able to do that with Gardner Minshew at the helm, 2 years ago. So I think the Colts are going to be definitively better than the Dolphins this year.
So I am kind of torn on the Colts. So they got Lou Anarumo, who got kind of chased out of Cincinnati. I don't really know that he was really the problem. It was, to me, it was more of a personnel issue. But anyway, he's got something to prove. Like, he was considered one of the better defensive coordinators for a little while, and then had a couple not so great years. So he's got a chip on his shoulder. If Daniel Jones stinks the first, even just week 1, if he's terrible, Richardson comes in. Again, he's got a chip on his shoulder because he didn't even win the job. Maybe he, starts to show that he belongs. So
yeah.
I guess that's the case for the Colts. I don't know if I'm buying into it, but there's a case to be made at least. But yeah, this is kind of wild that it seems like a weird jump from Dolphins favored to Colts favored week 1,
without a major injury or like a signing or trade or anything.
And who knows? Maybe someone is not playing that.
Maybe
one of the skill players for the Dolphins is out or something like that. I don't know, but
maybe this is just
cares?
reflecting. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just like this is reflecting like them saying Daniel Jones is the starter and coming out and saying no to Anthony Richardson. Maybe that's why this swung.
Yeah, and maybe who cares? Because how if you think I say stuff like this all the time, but like if you think you really know what you got in the Dolphins or the Colts this year after what's happened the last couple years, good for you. But I don't have a clue. Week 1 on these types of teams,
that's right.
Who knows?
Hard to say.
All right, so I got the first 3. Josh got 2 in a row. Let's go. Let's move on. We've got the who would win in the wild contest, the Panthers or the Jaguars. So I'm going to say, Panthers at Jags. I'm going to say Panthers are a little bit better team, but they're on the road. So I went pick them.
And I went just the good old fashioned home bonus, Jags -3.
It opened at Jags by 2.5 and it jumped to 3.5. So other people not named Dana like something about the Jaguars, and
what do you know? Like you just said this. What do you know about these teams other than they were both bad last year?
So I'm gonna just say right away, 3.5 is too much. I like the Panthers. I think they can keep it within a field goal.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be the better team this year. I think their head coach is a little better. Quarterback position might be a wash. I don't know. I just don't see I don't see Cohen pushing the right buttons and just being that really good head coach immediately after kind of what happened in the offseason. So I don't buy it.
He was OC for 1 year. I have a hard time believing in head coaches who don't have a lot of experience as a coordinator. I just don't. I don't know. Not everybody can be Sean McVay, and even he was coordinator for more than a year. But it'd be interesting because Canales, the head coach of the Panthers, was the OC in Tampa. He had success with Baker, so he left and became the Panthers head coach. Liam Cohen became the OC in Tampa, had success with Baker. He left to become the head coach of the Jaguars. Now they're meeting up in the opening week of the season. I'll be honest, I don't like the Jags here either. I don't have faith in Cohen. Canales at least showed towards the end of the season he was able to get something out of Bryce Young that others hadn't at the NFL level. So yeah, I think the Panthers could even win this game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I wouldn't put money on it, right? Like this is a stay away game. Dolphins, Colts, stay away game. Steelers, Jets, stay away. Who the fuck knows? Like who's going to win?
All right. Stay away. I'm going 3 stars. Panthers plus 3.5. Book it. All right.
Book it.
Giants at the Commanders.
Ooh.
I have Commanders by 6.
I went Commanders, giving up 9.5. I went big.
It's probably in between, I would say. Open at 7.5.
6. No, it's
and
6.
It jumped down to 6. So I nailed that.
Yeah. People really like what's happening with the Giants, and I think there's chatter that their defense could be one of the best in the league.
Really?
Was it Abdul Carter that they signed on the D line, drafted, and going to be a disruptive force?
He was a top 5 pick, but I don't remember. Yeah, that makes sense. That they would.
I mean, he would have been in that. They would have been drafting in that realm. And then Jackson Dart, although not starting, people maybe figure that maybe right, but I don't know. I like Washington here. I don't know why I'm talking about the Giants. I think Washington's going to win this game.
So I think we're going to find out with the Giants. Like, so last year I talked about this a little bit. Like Russell Wilson on the Steelers, like he had some good games, and then the last few games of the regular season and the playoffs, it just seemed like disconnected. Like it didn't seem like he was playing poorly. It just seemed like, I don't know, it almost seemed like the play calls or something was just not right.
Yeah.
And they just had a lot of really weird bad plays, but it didn't necessarily seem like he was like overthrowing people or making bad decisions. It was weird. So this year is does he have some left in the tank, or was he actually bad and just made it look not that bad in my eyes anyway? So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm buying into it a little bit more than probably most people, but this line's only 6. Commanders made the playoffs and the Giants were miserable last year. So
good. Yeah.
With it being low,
I'll take Washington for 1, by the way.
All right.
Point to win.
Washington
at 6, I think they can win by a touchdown. Opening
game I'm going to go Giants just because it seems low, and I'm obviously bigger on the Giants than maybe I should be, but it is what it is. So
no, I mean, I think the Giants can do interesting things this season. I don't know. I'm in love with Jaden Daniels.
So we got the 1 star. I'm on the Giants. You're on the Commandos.
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep going. We got the Cardinals at the Saints.
People loving the Cardinals this year.
Yeah.
Loving the Cardinals.
I have the Cardinals by 5.5.
And did I did. So I have the Saints favored by 1.5 for some reason. Maybe because I believed it was the Saints home game.
Opened at 5 for the Cardinals, and it jumped at 6.5 everywhere. So
I mean, this is just Spencer Rattler hate.
Did he win that job between all them really bad quarterbacks?
I thought he was the starter. Yeah, I thought so.
Threw in the blender. And
now I got to figure out. I got to see.
All right, so I had 3 in a row. Josh got the next 3. Now I've got the last 2. Yeah. So I said Cards 5.5. It's 6.5. It's right in that area. I just really think the Saints are going to be bad, and I don't think they're going to be favored against many teams. Like maybe if the Saints host the Titans, yeah, they'll be favored. Or maybe if they host the Jaguars or something like that, maybe they'll be favored or close to it. But I don't know. I don't see them winning games this year, winning many games. So I think it's fair until we really see what we have out of the Saints. It is a road team giving almost a touchdown, so it's kind of a lot. So I'm not going to say I like it. I ain't going to throw stars at it, but
this is just an enormous line for the Cardinals. I don't know. This isn't like it's like the midseason Chiefs.
They start with the same letter,
I guess. I mean, yeah.
Are they red?
That's fair, and they're sort of geographically close. Can Kyler Murray, could that offense like win by like 50 points? Like they did put up an enormous amount of points one game last year, I think. Um, Maybe against the Rams, and the Saints are bad. It just feels like a huge line on the road for the first game of the season.
Are you starring it, or
yeah? Give me 2 stars on the Saints.
Whoa!
To cover.
The most confident Saints fan in the world.
I mean, I just feel like they're not going to be the Cardinals aren't going to win by a touchdown.
So. All right. Okay, we are roughly halfway through.
Yeah.
And by roughly, I mean exactly halfway through. Every team plays in week 1, no buys.
No buys.
Saints probably should get a bye week 1 so that they're like not in the cellar to start. But okay, Bengals. We got what AFC North. Bengals at the Browns. I said Bengals by 2.5.
I said Bengals given 3. So.
This is that game where like every year the Bengals go to the Browns and like should smash them, but it's like the division game where they just can't. Like they're struggling to win at the end. It just seems like it's always like that for some reason.
Well, they lost to the Patriots in the opening game of the season last year, so it was just weird.
Yeah, at home I think too.
Yeah.
So it's Bengals 5.5.
Yeah.
So that is Josh gets that one by a half point. So I think you're always going to get the people who say the Bengals are definitely the better team. They can win by a touchdown. And then you're going to get the people who it's a division game and they like the home team to just keep it close at least. I don't have a strong opinion on this. The Bengals have a lot to prove. They've had sloppy starts the last 2 years. So maybe it's higher because they expect them to maybe, play better early this year. I don't know.
And what do you expect out of Joe Flacco? Like for starting quarterback for the Browns? Like anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Like he can score 28 points against the Bengals defense, can he?
I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, but he's what? Is he 40 yet? He's pushing it if he's not.
I think we looked this up. I don't remember that. I think he is
just
Flacco age. Yeah.
40.
40. He will be 41 before he plays in the Super Bowl next year.
So I don't know. I mean, it was a great story in Cleveland 2 years ago. They're looking to clearly, replicate that because they have no other ideas at quarterback.
They're kind of doing the blender situation too. They just threw a bunch of like mostly young and one really old quarterback in the blender, and they're like, okay, who's the best one?
The 40-year-old.
Hopefully the other ones are still like trying hard and their heads are in it, and maybe one of these young guys can emerge as a decent quarterback.
This line just feels too high. I don't think the Bengals are this much better than the Browns.
The Browns might be just really bad.
They could be. So. Yeah, they could be dirt. I don't know, but opening game I would stay away from this one too. I wouldn't bet this.
Right. Yeah, this feels like a survivor. Everyone takes the Bengals and
then they shit their pants. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's do Raiders. Raiders Pats. I got Pats by 1.
I got Pats given 3. The old home 3.
Feels more right now that you say that. It was 3.
It's 2.5.
Came down a little bit to 2.5. Didn't come down enough for me to snag it. So we're tied up again, 5-5.
Feels like correct.
Yeah, it's right in that little range. Yep. The Pats should win a home game, but I don't think anyone expects them to blow the Raiders out. So we'll see.
Don't know anything about what these teams will be.
Yeah,
a lot of hope.
Vrabel and Carroll on new teams. Geno Smith, Genty. You got Drake May. Is he gonna look
be the next
decent like he did the end of last year?
Better coach, probably.
Yeah, no opinion on that one. I think that's a very fair line.
Yeah, could be a good game.
Yeah.
Honestly, could be a good game. Could be just a great, interesting football game that has no material impact on the rest of the season.
Maybe like 7-3, 6-3.
That would not be a good football game.
Yeah. Two defensive coaches.
How about 22-19? Give me 22-19.
But I'm just going back to when the Vikings beat the Raiders 3-0 like 2 years ago.
Oh my God. So. None of that, please. No, thank you.
Well,
It's not a baseball.
this
We're
is
not playing
a
baseball.
this is a noon central game, and
Yeah.
you know, like if you have the ticket, this one can get lost on like the if it's close at the end, let's flip it on. But
Or if May's like on the verge of passing for 5 or 6 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Like if he just is blowing the doors off, he's got 400 yards, you know,
And
90 yards rushing.
and Genty is doing round-offs and hurdling people.
Yeah, and he's got 300 yards on the ground. Yeah, then that maybe that game becomes more interesting than it ultimately is. But
Right. All right.
Fine.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
49ers at the Seahawks.
Niners.
I got a pick 'em.
I gave the Seahawks some love. I gave the Seahawks giving 5. Just don't like the Niners this year.
I think I'm going to get this.
You definitely getting it. Yeah.
All right. It is Niners by
2.5 on the road.
2.5. Niners minus 2.5. Okay, so I take the lead 6-5. I don't know. Like the Niners had a bad year last year.
Yeah.
They signed that, they gave Purdy the extension.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people do expect them to pick themselves up and play better this year. Darnold in Seattle, there's some question marks. Obviously, just going to another new team, you just don't know.
It's like his 5th or 6th team.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So
the Seahawks for 1, man. I'll take the Seahawks for 1.
All right.
Hawks.
1 on the Seahawks. It's never wrong to take a home dog. I could see that game being close. I mean, like, Seahawks have a defensive head coach. If Darnold plays well, Darnold, former team, right? He was the backup for the Niners. He destroyed them last year when I don't think a lot of people expected the Vikings to beat the 49ers. So I don't know, like maybe the Niners are looking for a little revenge. Like if Darnold just keeps cutting up the Niners, that would be a bad look for them. So
yeah.
Fair line. Josh likes the Seahawks.
You do.
Take the home dog.
Yeah, give me that home dog.
All right. Titans at the Broncos. I'm going Broncos 9.
The Broncos -7.
It is.
Ooh, it's
opened at 7.5.
8.5, 7.5, 8.5.
So 8 is the most consistent line, and that's right in the middle. So that's a tie. Okay. It's 8. Very fair. I did think it would be more than a touchdown, and I guess it's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. No one expects the Titans to be very good.
No.
People expect the Broncos to at least compete for a playoff spot, and their ceiling is obviously high with Peyton and their sophomore quarterback and a defense that's expected to be very good. So,
but maybe the best in the league. Yeah.
Broncos could win by 3 touchdowns. Also, week 1, you don't really know. Like, I don't know, does Cam Ward come out and play well and keep him in the game? Also could happen. So, again, it's kind of like the Eagles line where it's like, do they win by 2 scores or not?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very fair. I don't have an opinion on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Broncos are going to win and probably be a really good team this year.
Yeah, so that's a 3:00 game. I don't know that that's one. Well, to see how Cam Ward plays, it'd be one to watch.
And Bo Nix
seems legit. Yeah.
Just to see if he's grown, right? Because he was a playoff quarterback last year. He lost, but that's fine. He was a rookie. Let's see if he's grown. Another, off season under Peyton's tutelage. There's some interesting stuff here, but again, until we get into the middle of the season and know what these teams really are, seems like a fair line, and I think the Broncos can win by more than a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because Ward's starting, right?
I believe so, yeah. And the other thing is, even if you think this game might be kind of close, you're probably not going to pick the Titans to win. And then a really good defense against a rookie quarterback, like you can expose, like even if they have a good game, all it takes is one kind of pick 6 or just bad decision, and you can get to that 2-score game.
Hard to take the rookie quarterback starting his first NFL game, right? Just hard
on the road in altitude.
Yeah, hard to just all kinds of right there. So.
Yeah.
All right,
we got 4 left.
Let's do it.
I'm up by 1. Lions at the Packers. I have a pick 'em.
I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I went Packers giving 5.5.
It is Packers were favored by 1. It went up to 2.5.
Still way off.
So I get that
You do.
by a little bit. So I'm up 7-5. If you run the table, you beat me.
Probably not.
Okay. Lions obviously lost both coordinators, but they have all their Jims and Joes.
Yeah.
You know, like their skill players are all back. Their defense should be very good. Their offensive line should be very good. I don't know. Like, obviously, I said pick them. The fact that it's Packers by a couple.
They're the home team.
I don't know. Like, should this be a close game? Yeah. Do I expect Love to outplay Goff in a close game in the fourth quarter? I don't know. I guess they both kind of have a little bit of a clutch gene. Like they seem like they turn it, like they play well under pressure. I don't know. Like, should the Lions not win this game? Obviously,
I don't know.
with Ben Johnson and Goff, like the Lions just scored on everyone. Now, is there going to be that same level of eliteness on offense? I probably not, just because Ben Johnson seems like he was so good at scheming things up, just calling the right play at the right time and just being like super creative and exposing teams. So I don't know. I guess that's maybe the argument for the Packers. I don't know though. It just seems like if this is close, the Lions can get it done. But I mean, Goff's not very mobile. If Parsons flips the switch, it could go either way. So it's fair. It's fair enough, right? Lions a little bit better team. Packers favored at home. It makes sense.
I mean, they beat the Packers twice last year. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know which way this is going to go. I like the Packers this year to take this division. So, I guess I have to like the Packers here. Also, clearly I did, given the line. But, yeah, I still think the Lions are very good. And I hope they have a great season.
All right. No, I'm not giving the stars on this one. No.
Too much uncertainty.
Texans at the Rams. I went Rams 3.
Same.
I think that is what it is too. That seemed like one of the easier ones, but opened at 2.5, went to 3.
I mean, the Rams, I don't know what we're going to get in their home, so 3 makes sense. The Texans did not have won a playoff game, did not have a great regular season last year. Compared to what 2 years ago.
Yeah, these teams are like
very
so equal, it's just like the standard home team by 3. Like I'm not even going to say anything else about this, and I don't have an opinion.
Could be a good game though.
Probably Rams kicking a field goal as time expires.
Feels right.
If you're going to take anything, take Rams by exactly 3.
By 3, yeah. Take the push, I guess.
Okay, so that's obviously a tie. You need 2 in a row to push the week. Okay. Ravens at the Bills.
Oh, game of the week.
Sunday Night Football, obviously, right? I went Bills at home by 1.5.
I went Bills by 2.5. Given 2.
2?
Yeah, 2.5. Sorry.
2.5. And I don't remember what this one is.
1.5.
It is all over the place. One place has the Ravens favored, but the most consistent line is Bills by 1.5. All right, so we'll say that. So I get that one. That's interesting. I guess I see how people could be polarized. Both of these teams should be very good. A pick 'em, give or take, makes a lot of sense. Man, that could be a really good game. So last year, I remember this game. So did
they play in the regular season too?
Yeah, so the Bills were cruising. The Ravens had just lost a game, a tough one. And then the Ravens came home and they beat them by like 2 or 3 touchdowns, I think. But it was one of those games where it was like the Ravens really needed it. Bills were going on the road after being really hot. So like the Ravens had the juice and they just smashed them.
Yeah, they got killed.
What was the final?
35-10, and this was in late September.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
killed them.
So I don't know if there's any like payback situation for that sort of a game because I think you kind of reset a little bit week one. But yeah, this should be a really good game. I don't know.
Yeah.
41-40, and everyone who has Jackson and Allen on their fantasy teams start the year hot. Although I don't know, things are not always as you expect. Maybe it'll be another 3-0 game.
Maybe.
You think? You think?
I doubt it.
Either one of these teams scores fewer than 10 points.
No, I mean not unless both of their quarterbacks suffered major injuries.
Yeah.
No, there's just no way.
All right, that's a good one. What do I think about that? Bills by 1.5.
I don't know. And I don't know that it matters, right? Because at the end of the day, they might meet in the playoffs again this year, and I wouldn't know who to pick then either.
Yeah, I think if it's a close game, I like the Bills. I don't know.
I mean, their quarterbacks are so similar, like quality-wise, they're so similar.
I think Allen has a little bit more of the clutch gene, I'd say. So I like them if it's close, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, one game left. It's your team hosting my team, like 65 miles down the road.
Yes, sir.
Monday night, we're going out for it. I said Bears by 1.5.
I have the Bears giving the home 3. Bears -3.
And I know we talked about this. We guessed it the other day while we were together.
Vikings were favored.
Yeah. So it opened Bears by 1, and it jumped to Vikings by 1.5. So
you get it.
I get that, but we both were on the wrong side.
Yep.
Okay. I think, I don't know. I think why this jumped, I think there's more. It seems like McCarthy is doing the right things in the preseason. I mean, this dude's never played a game yet, but like a lot of people are talking like they feel like he's doing the right things. And then, I don't know. There's obviously some. Caleb Williams didn't have as good of a year as he should have, being the number 1 overall quarterback. Yeah. So people don't know if he's gonna take that next step.
Wasn't good. A lot of negativity coming out of training camp, and he didn't wow in the preseason.
Yeah, and I don't know. I could be wrong, but it just seems like up and down the roster, the Vikings have a little more firepower. I mean, so Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason, like Jones is getting a little bit older, but still very good. Mason's a very solid number 2. You got Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends in the league, at least I would say top 5 probably. Yeah. Jefferson, well, Addison's out the first game, but and then they got Thielen. They just traded for Thielen from the Panthers, and I saw a quote from him. He's like, "If people think I've lost this step, they're wrong." Like he still got it, and I don't know why he would lie about that. So Thielen as your number 3, like possession receiver, like I don't know, like it's going to be tough to scheme it up against them if McCarthy is good, but obviously a big question mark there. So I don't know. I guess I get it a little bit, but still, like on the road, rookie quarterback, Monday Night Football, like throw you into the fire.
It's huge. I think this I think says more about the Bears than it does the Vikings, honestly. And I don't know how this game's going to end, but I can guarantee that at halftime, the chatter is going to be how slow the Bears offense was, how ineffective and inefficient, how confused Caleb Williams looks, and they probably have like 3 points, right? I don't know how many the Vikings would have. And he may very well come on in the second half and lead them to victory, which he has done a few times. But he, for whatever reason, it takes him 5 years to figure out what's going on. He just doesn't. They don't start hot. They've had issues in the preseason. So I feel like that's going to continue.
Yeah, Ben Johnson with a lot of time to prepare. Like I think he can scheme it up. So like that'll be interesting to see how the Vikings can try to limit what he's trying to do. But yeah, it should be.
I mean, we're gonna be watching the game.
Should be a good game.
For laughs or for like quality football.
Oh, so we've said this before. Like Jaden Daniels obviously had a better year than Caleb.
Way better.
Drake May didn't, but he was playing. He was maybe playing at least as good towards the end of the season. McCarthy's in the same draft, so like, I don't know, like,
Yeah, but he was injured all last year.
yeah, if there's 3 quarterbacks that end up being better,
Bo
like,
Nix
that would
was
be
already
bad. And Nix, yeah, I keep forgetting.
He was
Yeah.
better than Caleb last year too.
So I don't know. I mean, something to prove certainly for both quarterbacks.
Yes, no question. More writing on Caleb than because this is really McCarthy's rookie year. Like he was around, but he didn't have no reps.
I'm gonna look up how did Williams do. Caleb Williams prime time games last year, and I have no idea. I'm just very curious. He didn't play in any
That's
prime
not
time
true.
games last year.
That's not true. They had a Monday night game. They had a
Oh yeah,
Sunday
that's
night
like
game.
AI gone wrong right there. Oh, here we go. This is usually
Yeah.
so.
Well, this is just all the game.
Yeah, that's not right either. Whatever. I guess jury's out on that. I don't know how he did in prime time. We'll have to look it up. Maybe that'll be our lead-in next week. We'll say
None
how
of these were.
Right. Yeah, this is just showing up. One thing said he didn't play any primetime games because he wasn't a quarterback last year in the NFL, and this one's just showing all of his results. So I don't know. Nobody knows. Look it up. All right. So quick recap. Josh likes the Eagles -8.5 for 2 stars. I like the Bucks -2.5 for 2 stars. I like the Panthers +3.5 for 3 stars. I like the Giants for 1 star +6. Josh is on the opposite side. Commanders -6, 1 star. The Saints +6.5. Josh likes them for 2. And Josh also likes the Seahawks at home +2.5.
I will take. I'm going to take the Bears for 3.
All right.
Yeah.
Bears +1.5.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be very good, but I feel like they can have a furious comeback in the last 3 minutes of the game.
And lose by 1?
Yeah, potentially. Williams throws a pick in the end zone.
All right, so you have 5 picks. I got 3, so nothing too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How neat is that? I got a 1 star, a 2 star, and a 3 star.
Yeah,
Take
kind of all of them.
I will encourage you to, if you think that you know something is definitely going to happen week 1, there's always weirdness. There's always 2 or 3 teams that look way better than they should. There's always the same that look way worse than they should. Then week 2, everyone overreacts to it when, like that team that played bad week 1 isn't necessarily horrible. So calibrate, don't overthink it. And 16 games between professional football teams.
It's back, baby.
Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days of games, 3 days of no games. College is back.
Oh, man. Good to be alive.
Go Vikings!
Go Bears.